Hey, it's Kevin. Welcome to another episode of the Road Warrior video blogs. Today, Mother's Day 2014. Boy, I have to stop and think about the years sometimes. Not because I'm old. But it got me to thinking. Called my mother today, who is retired in Florida, has been retired now for a few years. She's in her mid-70s. And Mom's not a talker. She's a letter writer. I've talked about this before. She's not the biggest talker, so I do most of the talking, which is fine because, as you can figure out by now, I'm pretty good at the talking part. But what was funny is just we got to talking about some things, and, well, you realize, of course, you get a lot of your personality traits from your parents. They're kind of inbred in you, if you will. I don't mean inbred in the bad way, or some people would consider it. But what's kind of funny to me is that, well, my father is one of these people who's very set in his ways, and when he gets to thinking of something or when he's, well, fixed on something, you can't change his mind. And my mother, likewise, is very set in her ways. Well, guess who turned out the same way? While I don't mind change, there are some things I don't want to change if I can help it. There are some things that I prefer them that way, and it takes a lot to get me to change my mind, if it's even possible. I get that very honestly. I get that from my mother and my father. And it's funny, I'm trying to think of who is actually more stubborn, my mother or my father, when it comes to being set in their ways. My mother's talking, they live in a fixed income apartment complex, and they have a laundry room that my mother prefers to use over by the clubhouse. Now, they have a hookup for a washer and dryer in their little 2-bedroom apartment. And numerous times over the years, I've said, Mom, why don't we just buy you a washer and dryer? That way you don't have to deal with the machines being down. They had a fire in there a few months back and they were shut down for a while, and Mother won't have anything about it. Well, today she informs me that they've been informed by apartment complex management that the apartment complex is going to put in washers and dryers in all the apartments, and my parents don't want anything to do with it. I don't understand. So you're basically telling me you can do laundry 24 hours a day, not when they choose you can do it. You're already paying for the water because their water is billed on a flat fee, not based on how much they use. So I'm having a real hard time understanding why this isn't a positive. Well, you have to know my mother to understand that she doesn't mind going to the laundromat. She doesn't mind leaving the house, and she's kind of set in her ways when it comes to that. So, go figure. I get it honestly, and there's nothing I can do about it. Back with another Road Warrior video blog. Do that again next week. KevinMason.us. That's our home for the Road Warrior. You can also subscribe on YouTube because we load them up there as well too. My username on YouTube, Kevin Mason Music. So if you want to subscribe, get them the minute they pop open. You can right there in YouTube. It'll send you the email and everything. Or I guess you can even subscribe using RSS at KevinMason.us. Too many S's for you, I'm sure. And if you're a tech person, you already know what RSS is and I don't have to explain it. And if you're not, just subscribe on YouTube. Talk to you later, next week.